plasticnews.com. All the latest from Hollywood, toys, gaming, comics, and anything pop culture. plasticnews.com. Don't forget the IQ. plasticnews.com.
All systems have been alerted to your presence, sir.
I have a very bad feeling about this.
I hope you know what you're doing.
The Emperor has been expecting you.
What's up, everyone?
Yeah.
These guys over here. Welcome to episode 42 of the Toy Chest. What is it? October 13th, 2025. I'm your host, Darth Moocher. I've got Scott Solo here.
What's up, nerds? Welcome to the wonderful land of Oz. We're all going to end up there pretty soon here.
Pretty soon, yeah. That's a reference to California has weather. Oh my God.
Wow. Wind.
Yes.
Wind.
And tomorrow, a raindrop. Yes.
Expect the freeways to be chaos.
Blitz Transmissions, Tommy is here.
Glad to be here on this Monday the 13th for a spooky October.
Right.
Excited.
Right. We've got Alexander Storm from Shadow Nose Network.
What's going on, guys?
What is going down? Okay, Commander Bly kicking in. Rith $1.99 kick Tron from the stream. Tron will be kicked from the stream.
Yeah.
See you as soon as we get. But thank you so much, Commander Bly. Before we get into it, guys, we have a jam-packed show. Not only are we just going to recap and kind of go over some things, we actually have a lot to talk about. So sit back and enjoy it, and get those emojis. You channel members on there, get those emojis ready. The pre-mads, the collect start, whatever it is that you got going on.
Get pre-mad tonight.
Your feelings, yeah. Let's go. Let's do it. But before we get into all the stuff we've got going on, a quick splash page of our Shadow Council. All you guys, our backbone. Our financial wing of the Sarlacc Digest. If you are interested in what this is, the QR code is right there to be scanned. And of course, on our Wednesday flagship shows, you guys will be properly shouted out with voiceover, spared no expense, sound effects, everything. You got it.
I am that good. I'm basically the dude from what was it, Police Academy? I'm basically him.
Michael Winslow.
Yeah, Michael Winslow.
Yeah. Well, anyway, guys, thank you so much. And again, we'll see you on Wednesday. And the pit is live. like always. Rhino Hobbies checking in. I think Hasbro is smoking the same stuff he does. I mean, wonder why he's saying that. We'll have to get into it. Howl Runner Base is always ready. I love it. I love it. We got Chris K checking in. We've got Stu John Jedi always here. He is here, 10th level, of course. Commander Bly kicking everybody from streams left and right, no matter what channel, just popping in. $2 to do it all. I love it, man. We got Star Wars in brews. What's up? Checking in.
That sounds great. I need a brew.
No kidding. No kidding. Max Rebo Experience. What's up? We've got Mando Mike checking in. Hell yeah. We also got JWC 924 here.
That's a mouthful right there. NWC 924.
94, yes. Dr. Brantley, what's up? Tron time. Wait, what show is this? Yeah. It's gonna be relevant. Trust us, it's gonna be relevant in the talk because there's also something that launched with Hasbro along with that.
Yes.
That we have to talk about and see what the hell is going on. I don't know where Scott went. Yeah.
Scott's gone.
Dove under something. I don't know what's happening. Text me.
He knocked down that other wall.
If it's an emergency, text me.
I'm prepared. I'm ready.
Nice. We also got BSum75 with those emojis. What's up? Thank you so much. We also have Phantom Menace Dennis. Yeah, Star Wars and brews is the perfect combo. What is a good brew to watch Star Wars? Now, would you break that up into trilogies or an overall?
I think for the sequels, I'll just skip right to the
sequels
vodka.
or IPAs. No one likes IPAs.
No, that's White Claw. That's like a White Claw.
Sequels are Pabst Blue Ribbon, Coors Light.
No. Don't do Antonio bad. Antonio works for Pabst. So
no.
Yeah.
Rewind that. All right. Anyway, guys.
There we go. The sequels are Zima.
Oh my goodness.
With Commander Bly. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. We'll have to think about that. It'd be a kind of a cool little experiment
like
to do. And then the original trilogy has to be Guinness or something like that. You know, something just
something nice. Nice and rich.
Yeah.
Remember we made those Rhodian splices on drink night. So it's Jameson, Kahlua. It's Jameson, Kahlua, and what's a Bailey's Irish Cream layered on top of each other in a shot.
Yeah,
it tastes magic. Coffee magic.
The chat wants to know what's wrong with Zima. I mean,
well, they must have never had Zima.
What's not wrong with Zima? What do we?
Yeah, except everything. Yes, Stu John, and Star Wars and brews. What sequels? Yeah, we don't recognize that here. What are you doing? All right. New York Comic Con is in the past. Haslab or Hascon is in the past. First off,
oh boy.
I didn't text anybody about it, but because I think it just came and went as far as like the live stream that Hasbro did on the Star Wars panel. It was so funny. We mentioned and I was making fun of it. I was making fun of the Marvel thing. We're just gonna share. We're gonna have this little corner on the Star Wars panel, and Marvel stole the show like always. It was like, oh my god! Because as soon as Marvel went, I'm like, oh my god, Star Wars has got to be like this major thing going on, right? Like
bum, 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 bum.
Whoa! 2 figures we already knew, 1 EU figure and 1 surprised figure. So I do want to get into that. We also got Fig Fury checking in. What's up, dude?
Fig
Fury.
Dude, that guy's Fig Fury Instagram is on fire. Check it out. The photography of this guy, second to none, man.
Outstanding.
I always enjoy going on Instagram and seeing Fig Fury's pictures pop up. So cool. So let's start with retro collection. We're gonna go.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we're gonna start.
All right.
I
see you guys when we're done.
I watched Tommy's stream. He ordered 5. He maxed out on these guys. So limit 5, and Tommy got all 5. I think.
Right.
Give me 1 second.
No problem. But retro had one character was Garandan the Kubaz, which was. There he is. Go. Okay.
It's a figure. Yep.
We don't even have them for Black Series.
That's an action figure.
Yeah.
Devil's advocate here. Okay.
I know.
I love the retro collection. I love the fact that they're making figures they've never made before in retro collection. That's awesome. Garandon, or Snout Face, as he was once
Right.
upon a time called.
Long snoot.
Long Snoot, or something like that. Yeah, Snout, whatever the hell.
Yeah.
Elephant nose. I don't know, but it's good. I'm glad that we're finally getting him. I'm looking at this though and thinking to myself that I have a Stan Solo version that did a little bit, looks a lot better than this.
Really?
Well, you don't have this in hand yet, so
I don't.
You know what I mean?
I don't.
So
and that is
I
a
think
computer
this is-
rendering too.
This is part of another 6-pack, right? This one.
That's
They just kind of tease the first character of the 6.
That's the dirty rumor. Yes.
Did they really? Okay.
Yeah.
It's funny, Scott, because like you're okay with the retro, and you have this thing about sources, like resources and stuff. And I know you don't want kids, or you have a complaint about the kitty lines. You know, the ones that are dubbed the kid lines. You know, a little cheaper, a little bit more, whatever. But then you still have retro, you got vintage, you got Black Series, and so it's like I wonder where you stand on Would you rather have retro, or would you rather have the Galaxy Hero line, whatever they call it?
I'd rather have the retro, because the retro actually fits with something that pre-exists, right?
That's
Whereas as the Epic Heroes line is just a completely different scale with very
Epic
little
Heroes,
to no articulation, and you could put those resources into the vintage collection if you're staying small and try to increase the numbers of sales on the vintage collection.
Well, did you hear there might be another Star Wars toy line coming out for Mando and Grogu?
For F's sake, no.
What?
Yeah, there's going to be another one that's like a 4 or 5 inch scale, and they're going to
be like that Epic Heroes kind of thing.
And now it could just be Epic Heroes renamed again, or it could be like an another line to coincide. My thought is that it's going to just be that movie's version of Epic Heroes.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
It makes sense that way. I'm sorry. They did that for Star Wars, or I think G.I. Joe. When G.I. Joe Classified came out, they had like something of a different separate line that didn't go. It was from the for the movie, I think, right?
Yes,
And that
it was like a 4-inch line for Snake Eyes.
And that's fine. If they're gonna do like a Mando Grogu kind of like a movie license spin-off, that's not a collector's thing that we're gonna put on our shelves, I'm cool with that. They need it. That's what Star Wars needs. It's always been there.
Here's the problem though with Epic Heroes, and I've been saying
I see no problem with it, but yeah, go ahead.
For a very long time, Epic Heroes, they sit on the pegs. They do not sell. They go to Ross, and Ross is covered with them right now. Target has them on clearance. Walmart has them on clearance. It's been these same figures. They do not sell.
Yet they still make more.
At least.
Yeah.
Let me reiterate. At least in the about 70-mile radius that I cover when toy hunting, they don't sell. It's always the same pegs that have not moved.
You can say that about every single Star Wars figure line. You can go, Black Series doesn't sell either because you only see those at Ross. I mean, as far as like Skeleton Crew and Acolyte figures, you know what I mean? I see the same Epic Heroes out there, but I don't see a lot of variations, and they're continuing to make them, which I am in support of a line like this, because to me, it's not a collector's line. It's a kid's line to bash and whatever. And I know your argument was, if we didn't have that as kids, so why give them now? But we have it now. So what? And it's been a thing since 1999.
I'll just put it this way. It would shock me. It would shock me if that would ever succeed, because when I was a kid, it was the bendy figures.
Yes,
and all my friends, we all preferred the super articulation.
Absolutely.
Over your 5 POA. My 5 POA were the dead guys on the battlefield when the battle started. Like that was just how it was. This is the action figures that I enjoy. Like look at this pose right here. This running pose I got this guy in.
Nice.
I don't know. These are so much more fun. They're so much fun to just fiddle around with, and you could do more with them. That's my pushback to Hasbro. I get that it's a tooling thing and it costs so much money to tool a modern TVC figure, but at the same time, I feel like they would just sell better. I really do.
Yeah. And the big selling point for me whenever I was a kid was the move from Star Wars 5 POA to G.I. Joe with their multiple POA, their swivel arm, their bendy knees, everything. If there was a happy medium, that would still work with the vintage collection. Maybe that's.
I think
I
that's
don't know
key,
why
Scott. I think
that as a happy medium, though. I see it.
well,
but
the
they're
problem
not the same
is
scale, so
I
those
know.
figures won't fit in the vehicles. So.
that's what Hasbro's missing out on. They're not the same scale, and on top of that, they don't look good with your TVC. I think the only one that people have like fudged is the Phase 1 Captain Rex. Other than that, it's literally just none of them mix well with in scale or in detail with your
and that's why I like
with
it,
your TVC
Tommy.
figures.
That's why I like it. Well, because it's a clear separation. It's a clear collector's line to kids line, and that's probably going to change too pretty soon because they've already made that determination that adult collectors have taken over the market in toys anyway. So who knows how far this epic thing. So they might just narrow it down to like a specific movie or a specific thing instead of a longer run of epic heroes, right? They go, here's like Grogu, Mando, and they're gonna just kind of concentrate on 5 or 6 characters and then not continue that. You know what I mean?
Well, and I mean, I'm sure we'll get into it later, but the announcement that came with the Haslab, I think, also will play into that.
Oh, yes, 100%. We will get into that.
So.
We got Sci-Fi Dude up. What's up, TVC family? Oh shit! Fig Fury. Shout out to Starlight Crew keeping us entertained weekly. Thank you so much,
Beautiful.
Fig Fury.
Thank you.
You're awesome. You're awesome. John Graber, Space Jockey, is checking in. I saw
God,
the
I hate
price
that
point
guy.
went up $3. Black Series should be $6 then. Well, no, Black Series went up $3 to $27.99, and I think Vintage Collection went up to $19.99. Right?
We're still. I think we're still at $16.99. At least the ones that are at
20.
There's a $16.99.
Yeah,
I know $24.99.
Padme
$24.99
$19, right?
No,
I'm just thinking about what's on the shelf right now.
Well, what's
on the shelf now? Yeah, that's
they haven't. Yeah, sometimes they
haven't hit yet.
Yeah, they're not going to implement to the new figures hit the shelf. But right now, you're right, Scott. It is $24.99, and it still is reaching $16.99. But on Hasbro Pulse and every other place, it's at the 27 mark and at the 19 mark now.
You know what's crazy is Walmart. Walmart has deluxe TVC at $32.
What the heck?
What are we doing, man?
That's insane.
They're going to sit there at Walmart too.
Well, let's get into TV.
And never get clearance either.
Maybe my new line is Epic Heroes.
See, I'm trying to get you into it. Let's get into TVC. So what they announced, what they released was of course the exclusive. They had the Force Ghost pack that went up, and I hope anybody who wanted to get that was up and available.
Yes, it was.
The new Padme. First off, guys, I'm gonna say this as not a TVC collector. This looks like a Black Series figure. It's almost like they ads. We got ads.
Hey, that's me. Oh, I mean, what's going on? Holy.
No, you're good, man. But you know what I'm saying? Like I see this, and we'll get into, like I said, with Black Series, is that they almost like upgraded their technology once again, their scan technology, because everything that they've come out that was announced and pre-ordered for New York Comic Con looks so good. They look different. They completely hit different. Which I look at that Padme and that Shakti, and I'm like, dude, those are like Black Series quality sculpts, because I always like I never really liked TVC sculpts, you know what I mean? But they look really good. I mean,
insane.
Yeah,
insane. I have to say, one of my favorite things about this new fan stream, I hope this is something we see going forward with future fan streams and future reveals. The photography, the promo shots, the glam shots on both TVC and Black Series are something that Mafex and SH Figuarts and even Hot Toys are not doing right now. Right. They are doing, everybody does just the black or the gray or the white backdrop, and they show you either a digital render of the figure or the physical prototype product. Whereas this, now I'm like, usually the word in that sentence is off for other people. Mine, I always leave it on at the wrong time. Anyway, so it's I'm very happy to see it. Black Series and TVC doesn't, for a long time, hasn't felt premium. It's just felt like the Star Wars action figure lines when the intention was to be that next level of detail and quality. So these new style of promo shots, again, I hope we see this going forward.
Yes, sir.
This is something that I will elevate that feeling of that premium feel to those figures.
I think because of Classified really leaned into that, advertising their stuff. They had full on stuff. They're really making figures for toy photography, and how like I said, mentioned with Fig Fury, right? Mentioning those things that social media is such a big thing, that Star Wars has finally got to the point where it's like, all right, our promo shots are going to match that too. The Lat did an amazing job with it, and like I said, other lines they're starting to me, it's like Hasbro's starting to come together a little bit, maybe sharing some secrets of things. Go ahead,
well, here's what Hasbro I think is on the verge of, is that they're looking at, if you look at some of the Kickstarters that came out, look at some of the stuff from like some of the smaller companies on Kickstarter that are just throwing up, their 3 3/4 figures were looking amazing. And I think that the quality now, you've got lower competitors that's doing this. Your quality has to match that.
Absolutely.
Or people are going to be like, well, why am I not funding this and not going from that? So it's good to see that happen, but also it happens because competition came into the
and I love it
for them.
We need it. We absolutely. You're 100% right. We need it. It's stuff that if you don't see a company recognize the industry or whatever is out there, especially like I said, social media stuff, right? If they don't recognize it and it's just more of the same, then you're gonna see a drop off. And I'm not gonna name other big companies that that have fell off recently or whatever, but they're going to the wayside because they're not catching up. And Hasbro seems to know that, there's something that we need to catch up on, and I see it. I do see a change. Like I said, with the TVC stuff, I'm like, wow, their scan technology is finally gotten to the point where I was like, okay, I can get behind some of these things, Sorry. Facts, Alexander. Dana L. Hunter checking in. I can't wait to get my hands on Shakti and Pab. Yeah. So those went up for pre-order.
No, those are up for pre-order on the 28th.
14th, aren't they?
28th.
Oh, 28th. Oh,
gotcha.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
My thought is that MCM London, or London MCM, whatever it is the weekend before the 28th is like a Tuesday. So I think what they're doing is they teased in the fan stream for New York Comic Con that the rest of that wave with Shakti and Padme will be revealed before the end of the month, and then they're going to show off. They're going to probably put all the pre-orders up. Well, because I think they're doing it. They kind of like broke up, rather than do one big fan stream where they reveal a ton of stuff. They did a small offering at New York Comic Con. They'll do another one at whatever that convention in Italy is.
And
then they'll do a third portion at London MCM, and then for TVC, they're just going to have it all go up for pre-order.
I got you.
Because there's a lot of people that order cases, and there's a lot of people that now. I've heard rumors though that one of those figures in the wave is going to be a single carded Phase 1 Clone Trooper to go with. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be a Battle of Geonosis Wave of 4, from what I understand. So
Okay.
We will see.
It was the 1027 event. I was kind of like trying to kind of put that in the head, because that 1027 was the Hasbro. But again, they're no longer at that building anymore, so it doesn't make sense. Or they're moving to a different building. So I'm sure that's probably why that's kind of scattered all over these other conventions. Plus the funnel of all these conventions hitting at one time of the year. They're like, look, and it, at first it's like, at the coverage of this, I was like, this is kind of lackluster. I was like, 1 or 2 releases, but then you start looking at like, if this is a global thing and they really want to capture the global thing, then yes, they're going to hit New York. They're going to hit the Italy one. I think they would do one in Brazil. There's a comic convention. There's all kinds of things. And I'm like, okay, as a collector, I could be patient with that. I don't need a big lump sum. I was kind of happy that I only had like one pre-order and the exclusive, you know what I mean? So I was kind of like,
the wallet was happy.
Yeah, I was like, oh, cool. $27.99. I'm good with that.
I'm still recovering from Republic Gunship fatigue over here. So hey, by the way, shout out Hal Runner Base for being Hasbro famous.
I saw that.
Guys, we have a couple celebrities in the house that were recognized by Hasbro, and I couldn't be honestly more proud of Hal Runner Base getting his spotlight on photography on a global thing. Your name was everywhere.
Fantastic.
And Blitz Transmissions, and Tommy was on there too. Look, you guys are members of the family, and you both made it to the big show. You
Yes, we
both
did.
made it to the big leagues on that. I was sitting there going, hell yeah. They could have chose from thousands and thousands of other sites that pushed and do these things, but they chose you two out of a great pool of social media fan base. And I thought that was awesome. Yeah, I thought that was amazing. Like amazing. You know, I don't think Bly found it kind of cool. I think he was like, oh, come on.
No, he was.
But
Yeah, you know, Bly.
to be fair, but no, I thought yeah. Yeah.
I know. Well, you know,
Let
you
Power
buy
Under talk.
7 gunships. You know, they give you a little shout out,
maybe
you know?
maybe that was it too.
That
It was
my
a-
street cred, my street
to
cred,
win.
There you go, bro. There you go. Like
was some-
bricks just stacking up, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there was some pay to win there. I think maybe, but
Tommy paid a super chat to get included.
They're like, wow, he got us to meet the dividends this quarter. All right, get him in the stream.
I can tell you this though, it was 100%
Oh
real.
Jesus!
Because if
That
you would
was-
have if you would have seen him fanboy out while we were on the stream, you'd
I
be like,
loved
"Holy crap." And I was like, no, he didn't pay for that. That was a real
no,
emotion.
he was like, "That's me on the yeah." I was in
I
there.
clipped it and I shared it in my social media.
That
I
was
was like,
cool.
I gotta put this together.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool and very cool of Hasbro to start to recognize, like I said, the social media aspects and the actual drive and the marketing behind their products. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're starting to do like you brought up, you know, with the more visuals and the putting the figures in its element, so it gives us the imaginations to do a lot of things. But that all comes from the us. It all comes from the fans. It all stems from the ground up, and exactly who they're selling the toys for. So it makes a lot of sense. Excuse me, that they would lean into that heavy moving forward, and so we'll see. Yeah, I thought that was really really cool of them.
Yeah.
What else was TVC? It's Shot T Padme.
That was
The
it.
exclusive. That was it for TVC, and then the promise of, like I said, more to come. And all
More
that.
to come before the end of the month. More than just London. I guess there's something else. So I would assume that Italian convention will also get some reveals. Yeah.
Yeah. Commander Bly, $9.99 super chat. Proof that it pays to be a corporate shill.
Let me go on a rant about how much I hate Big Corpo real quick.
Yeah.
Don't look behind me. Don't look at anything I have behind me. I hate
Nothing
Big Corpo.
to see here. Yeah.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Move along.
All right, let's switch gears to Black Series real fast because I felt a huge turning point for Black Series, but it's always, to me, and here's my biggest complaint about it, and we'll get into it in a second. It's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It's a little bit itching forward, but then there's something that they slap you in the face. And I'm not talking about the price, because again, the price went up to $27.99 for the 4 figures. And I think Boba Fett went up for pre-sale. The new Boba Fett from the Book of Fett.
Toba Fett.
And first of all, guys, to me, this beats Mayfix. This beats SH Figures. This beats everything, dude. This is a definitive Boba Fett, and I was so happy. Look at that face sculpt. Look at it. It is more Tamar Morrison than he is.
Yeah.
You know
I have
what I mean?
to say, the likeness, I didn't really like it on the promo shots, but then I saw people taking videos at the convention, and I was like,
Night and day.
Now I see it.
Yeah.
Now I see it.
Yeah.
Now
Night
I have
and day.
to say, my little tiny nitpick on this figure is that I wish he was scuffed up a little bit. I wish there was some, because in the show he has some very prominent scratches, especially on the helmet stuff. That's my only critique on this figure. Like you said, Mooch, Toba Fett is my guy, man. Gotta give it to him, man.
Toe articulation in this figure, especially. I don't know how many times like I said, I've tried to pose my figures in a walking position or something where it was just like, and I couldn't do it. So I had to lean them and I had to really trick it. So I hope that's a new joint, articulation going forward. But here's the 1 step backwards. They got rid of the thigh swivel.
It did.
I don't like that. I don't know yet if I had a choice between thigh swivel and toe articulation.
So, okay, they got rid of the toe swivel, but what they have included, and I feature it in my reviews all the time, is instead of having the double knee, the knees swivel, right? So you can still get that same spin on the foot.
Where are all my action figures? Hang on, I'll show you a comparison.
But sure. Yeah. What's up, Stu John? $2 super chat. Kick me in, Hal Runner from the stream. Being fair. $1 for each of you. What's up? Yeah. Okay. So there is a difference between turning the leg and the thigh swivel because I've had many, like I said, so many figures, and that little tweak makes so much of a difference, especially on a standing pose. You know what I mean? And yes, you could fluff it. Now, maybe that was their decision, just add articulation, but we had to take something away. But
yes.
I'm like,
I have the reasoning. I know why. Okay. Or Alex, did you want to go first?
No, I'll go first on this, Tommy. As the one of the few guys who is actually doing action figures now and dealing with the price points, chances are they probably had to, just pricing wise, to keep it the same price. Because the more articulation you add, the more the pricing goes up.
Yeah.
So they probably had to take one away to give one, and I'll take that toe articulation.
But I knew the price was going up no matter because of whatever. But here you go, $3 increase, and then we really didn't get anything additional. We just got something new, but take something taken away. It evened itself out in the articulation, but the price still went up to the $27.99. Meaning, like just like I said, accountant thing, whatever it is. It's like as a collector, you're like, I'm paying more for the exact same type of figure. Yes, it's got a little bit more action associated with it because the toe thing is big. Yeah. But you're taking away something that everybody used. Well, I say everybody. I used a lot. I used absolutely a lot, and I don't. So I go, okay, you still increased the figure with less, or not less, just didn't give us any more. But you know that price.
Whatever they were going to do, there's going to be a complaint. Look, in 6 months, if you think $27.99,
I know,
crazy. Wait till you see these figures prices coming out.
And I'm sure I won't miss the swivel if 6 months down the line. I'll be like, oh yeah, we had a swivel at one point. I understand that.
So here's where I'm at. So I can tell you definitively, the reason they did away with thigh swivel was for aesthetics over piece count in the case of the Black Series. That was Hasbro's thought process, was that it breaks up the sculpt. So they're like, hey, we're going to do away with it. They've now replaced it with this newer hip joint. The idea is that you're supposed to carve out the inside of the hip here so that you can get that same kind of movement there. The problem is on a figure with Luke Skywalker, it doesn't really move out at all. Then you look at figures that came out a little later, they seem to have really fixed the joint, because one of my favorite figures, my figure of the year, the Ronin here, look at how much this one swivels out and in. Not that you can really see it, but look at how much that swivels out and in. You can really get that leg out and really twist. Look how much movement I can get out of that. As opposed to, so they're getting better. Another one is like the new Chewbacca. It's a really nice thigh.
Got him right here.
So I will say they're getting better. I would prefer thigh swivel because that's what I'm used to.
Exactly.
But if I have to have this, I'd rather at least get the more they carve out that hip, the more range I get, and that's what I care more about.
That's exactly where I was like, okay, at first glance, it's the jarring effect. They're getting rid of something, but then, like I said, 6 months down the line, you probably won't know because they've improved on the other joints.
Yes, they have.
Like I said, this Chewbacca, the way I got him in the pose, it doesn't do it that much justice on screen, but I've got him in that promo pose, the leaning forward and everything, and I could not get that out of the other releases, and the little bit of a softer plastic, so like you actually can move his head up and down. You know what I mean? So they're getting a lot better with that, and you're right. I think that again, it's just a jarring statement at first, but it'll even itself out, and we will be okay. In addition, that we have toes, you know what I mean? Again, it's such a subtle change.
There you go.
But it'll make action figure posing and toy photography so much more better. Like you don't need, you know what I mean? I think it's a great addition. I was so happy with that. I hope it's I don't know if every figure needs it, but I hope they really do. The majority of figures moving forward should have this feature.
It would be awesome if they did. Yeah.
Like clones need it big time because so many different poses, right? Like every trooper needs that toe hinge on it. Commander Blind break his hip. What? Max Rebo experience, didn't Commander Bly break his hip?
No, he broke his knee, not his hip.
Oh.
ICC Con 2024.
Oh, I gotcha.
He got a little too excited flying an ARC 170 down the hall, and he actually that actually happened. You guys didn't know about that?
No. I didn't know that.
Yeah. He was. If we have a minute, I can tell the story.
Go for it.
Now.
Yeah.
All right, so we're at ICC Con 2024, and a big part about ICC Con in Nashville, Tennessee, is the room sales. Okay, so anybody that wants that gets a hotel room, once the sales floor at the actual event is done for the day, everyone can open up their hotel rooms and sell Star Wars toys out of their hotel rooms.
Something I want here.
So much fun. So we're going to doing our thing. My good friend 212 Hunter was looking for the Tiger Shark striped ARC 170. Okay. Found a guy that had it loose complete for like $60. Great deal. So he gets it. Damn. We're like, everybody's kind of moved on. Hunter and my dad are messing with it, trying to figure out how to get like the flight handle out from the bottom of it. And I go back, I'm like, come on, guys. Like, we're lagging behind a little bit. My dad wipes the ARC 170 out of Hunter's hands and just starts sprinting down the hallway going, whee, flying it. Gets to the end of the hall, hyperextends his knee on the carpet because he gets caught on the carpet and just collapses to the ground. So he collapses at this point, knowing my dad, I think it's a joke. So we're like all laughing, ha ha ha. But then he's just laying there. And it's like, oh, okay. So we go over and he's like, I really hurt my knee. I help him stand up. And he put all his weight on the knee that he just hurt. So then, it like hyperextends again. And he goes completely pale, snorts, and falls back on the ground and passes out. And now we're like, I'm still thinking it's a joke, and everybody else is
he's
like,
really selling this.
So he's like completely out of it. He comes back a little bit and he looks around and he goes, Australian breakdancing. And we're like, what? And so that now we call it his skibba knee, knee. So that is the story. Behind,
I heard you guys
Phantom Menace Dennis was there. Yeah, Unc went skibbity. Because that was the thing so this happens. My now 15-year-old brother who just fractured his elbow 2 days ago.
Oh, boy.
He looks at me and I'm thinking like, this could be pretty traumatic for my brother.
Yeah.
And I look at him and I'm like, hey, are you okay? And he looks at me and he just goes, Unc went skibbity. Just like that. Completely serious. Completely unfazed by the whole thing. Yep. Unc went skibbity. That is
man.
Yeah, so that's the story. So now everybody says, now if you ever hand my dad a Star Wars vehicle, that's the joke. It's like, you're going to fly this down the hall and break your knee again? So, yeah. Jesus. There you go. Unc went skibbity.
That's I mean, it's funny now, right? So
not really.
Cautionary tale about those room sales. Right there, thank you. People can't get hurt with that. Just slow down.
Yeah, it's an amazing story.
Carbonized checking in. What's going down? Yeah, if we get another Grogu articulation with the toe thing, no, I'm good. I won't buy it. Okay, so we got the Boba Fett pre-order. I got it. The exclusive Palp and Mace Windu exclusive went out. It's shipped, so it's still available. So you guys want it, you can get it. Actually, for premium members, I don't know.
Hey, what do you guys think of that? Because that's a pretty hot topic in the community right now. Is the window for premium? It doesn't open to the public until November 3rd. Right. For all the exclusives from New York Comic Con. I think it's a tested market to see how many people will buy premium to get these exclusives for the FOMO. Yep. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think it's something different?
I wouldn't doubt it. It'd be like some sort of marketing thing to be like, watch them, watch the sales, watch this. And so they've always tested waters like that, Sometimes it goes over my head because I just automatically premium member, you know what I mean? But I could definitely see them do that.
I would have to say, as a member of the elite, that's what
the elite.
Wait a minute. There you go.
You pay this amount of money to get special treatment. See, it's like I don't want to stand in line. I don't want to, I want to be able to get my figures at least about 2 months before everyone else. That's what I'm paying my extra money for. So
you are
sorry, everybody out there that didn't do it. Next year you'll pay your $50 early.
Everybody bow to Alexander Storm. Give him the Ewok chant.
Yes.
But it's good though. Finally, they did
Yeah.
something where it did seem like your premium membership did mean something other than getting
Yeah.
free shipping. And I
Yes.
understand that a lot of people are going to be ticked off about it, but there's a reason why you do pay for something elite. At least make it seem like it's elite. This is the first time it ever did seem like it was elite.
Yeah, because
You know what? Yeah.
I pre-order. I'll pre-order the figures on Pulse, and I end up canceling it because I will find it at Target. At,
Yeah.
you know,
It's
the
a
10%
backup.
discount.
It's a backup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it
I
shouldn't
was-
be that. We should get it first.
Yeah. I was more excited that Carbonites was in chat. Sorry, I didn't.
I hate that guy. I totally don't have 70 carbonites off camera. If I may, Joey,
What's up, Joey? $2 super chat to articulation matters. Good evening, fellas. Absolutely.
If I may just jump in, the thing with the Pulse Premium. So me personally, I feel like I am a premium member holder as well. Bow to me.
Okay, all right.
So so
This inside joke brought to you by Commander Bly.
So I think that 3 weeks is a little too long. I think if you're a premium member, you should know within 3 weeks if you're going to get some figures or not. I do like having a day or two, or even like 3 days, 4 days to get the chance to, get my figures, or even if I'm like, oh, now the thing with the premium outrage I've seen from Star Wars, G.I. Joe, all that kind of stuff is I'm noticing it's from people who only collect one action figure line. And that is a very small amount of people.
Yeah.
I will say, even as somebody who only gets Vintage Collection and Black Series, I mean, just the exclusives between those two lines throughout the year, that membership...
Could you say that one more time? What do you collect, Tommy?
Oh, Vintage Collection and
Black
Series.
Series.
No.
He collects Black Series and Vintage Collection.
This is my heel turn on you, Moocher. This is my heel turn, right? No, but
Collect Star Wars. I'm out.
So it's just the exclusives between those two lines. For me, it more than pays for itself with these $6.99 shipping that they do per
100%.
order. Now,
That's
there's
Prime.
so many collectors out there that collect more than just one IP or one action figure line.
Yeah.
So my argument to the people who are outraged over this is, okay, well, you're in the minority of collectors here. Most collectors don't just do one action figure line, and then on top of that, most even an even larger amount of collectors don't pass on most of the exclusives. Most collectors buy the exclusives, and for me, it's like I mean, even if you do a single Haslab, if you get a single Haslab, it pays for itself. I saved hundreds of dollars just from having Pulse Premium and getting the Haslabs. Like hundreds of dollars. And so my thing is, if you're complaining, your business to them is so minuscule compared to the hundreds and tens of thousands of people who buy multiple lines, buy multiple scales, buy multiple IPs. So I'm not trying to say that you're not allowed to be upset. Of course, I'd be frustrated too if I was on that end of it, like oh man, I was gonna sell out before I get it. But I imagine that Pulse is gonna have a second wave in stock for the general public. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
100%.
So I would say that the premium. You were even saying that the premium pays for itself in shipping and whatnot. But especially whenever it comes to Pulse's shipping practices, where you can order a case of figures and they at the same time and they will ship them individually.
Yep.
And you're going to get hit with that shipping charge.
You're right.
Every single freaking one of those figures.
Yeah.
So whereas with the premium, you'll still get them individually, but you're not paying for that individual price.
I 100%. Just the exact reason why I still hold a Amazon Prime membership, and I always will, because of just, even if I don't order anything from Prime that month, I still have that free shipping and that next day and all that stuff. It's just, it's a mentality thing. I even though it's a membership and it's $60 a month, goes in the air, but shipping goes in the air too, and it does add up, especially even if, like I said, Tom, even if you buy one line and it's only Black Series, the amount that you would pay individually for shipping on the entire year is a lot more than $60.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So you got to weigh it out,
you've also got to ask yourself how many times as a premium member you've paid this money, and then you go online and they give you that hour, and then you don't even get it in an hour, and you're like, well,
because the website sucks.
Or it just crashes, or people have just purchased it in the first 30 seconds, even during the membership, and you're like, well, then why am I paying for a membership if I can't get the item I want? So in this case, now look, I did see in the comments, a week is probably.
I think it's a little too. A week should be fine.
I think
not
a week is good. 3 weeks was a little overset.
That's a lot. Agree with that.
But they may be testing something to see how many people are actually premium members. How many are they selling out at that point, and then what do they have left over? But but again,
and they might overreach and then step back. You know, maybe they go, hey, 3 weeks, and they go, okay, a week, and still have that same amount of transactions of premium within that. So.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'll be happy and everything. Send that check, Hasbro. Send that check, Hasbro, to my Long Beach PO box.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be nice to get paid to do this?
But it's one of those things where sometimes I saw it as premium, and I was about to put it in like I was about to tell Joey and all these things because you don't have premium, like, hey, it's up. So I was always used to like a couple hours later it's going to be available, and I didn't even. It went straight over my head as far as like that amount of time that it was going to be available for premium. Good news is there's a lot of inventory, obviously, because it didn't sell out. It's still available, and they're shipping it as you buy it too. So,
I hope it sells out for all you peasants out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Let them have vintage line.
Just collect Star Wars, more like just gatekeep Star Wars.
Gatekeep Star. That's
you heard it here first.
Emoji. We got
a new hashtag. Okay. Gatekeep.
Just gatekeep Star Wars. We've been doing that for decades. What am I talking about?
Oh, dude.
You know,
par for the course.
In the Sarlacc Digest personal chat, we all have little nicknames, and I think mine is something like Darth Old Bastard or something like that. But, Darth
I didn't do that.
Darth Moochers is like Darth Gatekeeper because
it is. I gatekeep Star Wars. I gatekeep music. I gatekeep everything I talk about, and I don't care. And I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop.
You son of a bitch.
All right, guys. So, all right, that was supposed to be 20 minutes of the first of this show, you know. But you know, there's a lot of controversial things going on. A lot of changes happening at Hasbro, and as they move their facilities, I'm sure we're going to see a little bit more. But I like some of these changes, and especially when it comes to the quality and attention to, like I said, the fan base and the attention to detail on their own figures. Now, I don't know how many Book of Fett figures we do have, and now I got to buy another one. Yeah, and I got to buy another one. So but
this one's different. This one looks
different.
Really good.
I know, but that's just like one of those things. Like, okay, is this the character that I want to rebuy?
Yeah.
Versus a Han, you know what I mean? Like,
you know what though? It's funny because it looks good. Everybody's salivating over this book of this Boba Fett, and very few people actually liked the show. But everybody likes the look of the character.
I told you, Boba Fett's will sell out just like Vader's. They will.
Just look at the Stranger, the Black Series Stranger. That's sold out 100%. First day it's sold out.
Well, I don't know. Boba Fett's a bad guy anymore, but bad guys sell.
He's an anti-hero.
Bad guys sell, and Boba Fett. But don't let Ernie know that we said that. Okay, I'm going to pivot here real fast because I want to bring this up now because in the future we got something. I think we're trying to get something very, very special going. Micro Galaxy Squadron is something I collect. I know Tommy behind him, he's got a ton of them. I think Alex has some, and I do think Scott Solo has a few. One of my major complaints of the whole thing. I love it. I have every single ship.
Yes, you do. All the variants too.
Wow.
I have everything, dude. It's one of my favorite lines.
It's a great
line. My biggest complaint is that they didn't come with stands and they look boring and very just lost flat on the shelf. That's why a lot of mine are still in boxes because I'm trying to develop my own stands or whatever it is happens. But we have something that we want to bring up to you guys. Do you have that, Scott? Yes. Check this out, guys.
Wow.
A Kickstarter that I am all in and very supportive. And I hope everybody that is collecting Micro Galaxy goes and supports when this launches. Cube Squadron. I think they figured it out. Mobile, 3D printing, no supports needed. Now, again, I know that for those of you who don't have 3D printers, this might be a great time to get into it. You can head over to my other channel, my 3D printing channel. I can show you exactly how to get into 3D printing, or find somebody that's into it and you can have these printed. But this is the solution for Micro Galaxy Squadron. These are like independent modular shelves. These are, you can have one, you can print 1 million of if you want. Some of these shots are exclusive that Tommy grabbed and sent us, because he's been talking and Alex has been showing me these things. And some of these shots you won't see in public, but right here. So especially, I think that hangar, that TIE fighter hangar, is something.
The Imperial hangar. Yes, all the shots of the Imperial hangar. There's Cassidy, the guy putting this together in the chat here.
Cassidy, there you go. Whoa. I am formally inviting you on to the show when your Kickstarter launches, so we can really do this thing proper. And I'm all in, man. I am going to support this day one, and hopefully it's a successful one for you guys. I know that this is not your first Kickstarter, so I am inviting you on the show when it launches, so we can really get this off. And I will print these out and showcase them on my other channels and Sarlacc Digest and everything too. And very much so am anticipating some sort of display for these, because they're beautiful. I mean, these are good. That Millennium Falcon, I saw that image.
Yes,
I
just about.
Yeah, man.
So
bravo,
the excitement with these, from what Cassidy has told me, and you can go check out. You can sign up for when the Kickstarter starts. It hasn't started just yet, but you could sign up. What he's told me about these is these are modular. These are able to be mounted on a wall. These are stackable. These are obviously, as you can see, they are able to be integrated with lighting and things of that nature. Obviously, you can custom paint them being 3D printable. They are going to really level up. And again, like Mooch said, my Micro Galaxy display is a bit bland in comparison to a lot of other things in my collection, and it doesn't show the most that you can get with this line. I think this product here shows that. So I am super excited to get I'm going to be getting every single one of these. There are going to be, if Cassidy, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I think there's going to be 6 different ones that are going to release with the Kickstarter. And then he said, obviously down the road, it will be, upgraded to more than just original trilogy options. So
there you go.
Super cool.
Outrunner was just asking about that. So
yep.
I'm sure, as I know people are asking questions, and as sure as the Kickstarter has all the details, and we, like I said, come on and we can really just digest it properly, showcase it, get people signing up, whatever the minimum you need, Matt, we're going to go 20 times beyond it. So I want this to happen. And
this is his Instagram. So just look for Cube Squadron, follow it. And I'm pretty sure you're going to get all of your updates there too. So
yeah.
I mean, Jesus.
Wow. You can go to cubesquadron.com, which I do have the link in the description below, guys, and you can sign up to get notification when it launches and everything, and then join that whole circus that's going to happen, because I think this is the solution, man. I've been waiting for a solution. That's why I have 90% of my Micro Galaxy in the box still. They're just laying around. I'm stepping on them. So,
And I can't emphasize the amount from having a bunch of people on our show for Kickstarters to doing some Kickstarters for our stuff over there. Make sure that you go to that Kickstarter, sign up early.
Yes.
Because the more buzz you do from that first day, because most of those Kickstarters, that first day campaign is so very important.
Yes.
So if you go in there now, put your email in there, get your alerts, that's when you're going to see this thing come to fruition. It's not going to be in the middle of the campaign. It's going to be that day one.
Yep.
Yeah, Cassidy coming in with some details already. That's correct. We're starting with A New Hope, 7 environments total with multiple sizes.
Wow.
When we chat, we'll reveal more details. Thanks again.
Absolutely.
You know what, dude?
Awesome.
Again,
I want to hear the process, man.
Alex brought this to my attention, and I was about to formulate this thing, and then Blitz came in with here it is, bah bah bah. I'm talking to the dude, and I'm like, all right, this is meant to be. So look for that, guys, and again, the process, everything is going to be so cool. And again, with my 3D printed channel, I will actually, and again, hopefully it all does its thing. I'm going to do individual pieces, showcase them, print them in multicolor. I'll paint some. Absolutely. I already got so many ideas, like crazy. As soon as I started seeing them, I'm like, thank you. Because
You go to cubesquadron.com and immediately the Kickstarter pops up and you just
There
put
you
your
go.
email address in there, sign up for
Simple, man.
updates,
Yep.
and it's
Bravo.
I'm speechless. These
It's
are
great. Yeah.
It's a
beautiful.
neat idea.
Yeah.
You know what's
Yeah,
you know what jumps out to me already? My crazy brain is like, scaling these up to 3
I know,
3/4
right?
scale or 6-inch scale
Oh.
could
Yeah.
really level up your display as well.
I
And because
mean-
they're modular, I'm like,
Jeez.
thinking about that.
Oh.
Wow.
Stu
Yeah.
John, sorry, man. Mooch, I had a multiple domino shelf dive this week while cleaning down with glass shelves.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Sorry about that, man.
that sucks. That's a tragedy. Not Bly's
is.
knee. Not Bly's
No.
knee.
No.
That's a tragedy.
Yes, it is.
Well, it's almost as bad as Blitz's command strip accident. The great
Mm.
command strip accident.
I wasn't gonna do that. I was about to
You
bring
had to
up.
go
a
there.
Oh, I
you
will.
You
I'll
had to
go
go
there.
there. I can confirm that the command strips work up to the weight of 3 gentle giant mini busts. There we go. that is the breaking point.
Maximum
is
weight.
3 gentle giant mini busts is the maximum weight.
Here's the thing, man. Spackle is cheap.
Yeah.
Screws are even cheaper. It just put them in, tack them to the wall, make sure they're good, and then
Yeah.
you avoid these kind of scenarios.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know.
Well, again, I wanted to break and showcase that because again, I'm very very much looking forward to
Me too.
when that campaign launches and see the reaction out there and everything. And
Yeah.
as a 3D printer, I'm just like so jazzed. I'm just like, let's go.
Yeah.
All right, so
Oh no.
Oh, I guess I can leave now, huh?
well,
Okay.
I don't know. This is a major. Okay, 2 things, guys. So a new Haslab is out, and also
Boom,
you
baby.
Let me know if this is a what this is. What is Hasbro 375? I know what 375 is. Okay, I know that, but this idea of 375
Yeah.
is launching with this Haslab.
It is, yeah,
Okay.
and it's the concept is, and Mr. Stevie put it out there. What other lines would you like to see created in the 3.75 inch scale?
Yeah.
And immediately, my mind goes to other 80s properties such as the Visionaries, right? Knights of the Magical Light. You've got let's give Hasbro Mask because Loyal Subjects. They're still not pop. I warned everybody when Loyal Subjects was coming out. Just you wait. Whenever it comes to them shipping their product, does not come as scheduled. So,
I want to say, but here's my take, and you guys can like just whatever, and it's not that I'm against 375. Okay, that I'm not against it. I have 3.
Better watch what you say next, Mooch. I'm on Scott's side now. You better watch what you say.
But this whole campaign of like we want to bring IPs around and launch it behind this 375, starting with Tron, and I'm going to get to this atrocity first, not the Okay, I'm going to get to that in a second, but the notion of like
wait a minute,
talking about
wait a minute.
Not you. No.
Atrocity.
So
Drama queen.
Yeah, it's an atrocity, dude. And I'll get to that in a reason. I'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
The notion of like taking like Mask and Battlestar to Glass, all these other 3 3/4 figures that we had growing up, whatever. I'm in that school of thought of like 375, amazing, cool. I'm gonna go back and buy those because it's nostalgia, it's collector's items, it's whatever. I don't want a modern version of that. If you're gonna do that, then give me a different scale. You give me a different whole line. I don't even care if it's 4-inch or 5. You don't have to go the 6 or 7, to make it really out of reach. But something different, something completely different. And I know, like I said, these Tron figures are amazingly sculpted. I think they're probably one of the best 3 3/4 digitally rendered so far. Actually, I think they had prototypes at New York.
They did have prototypes,
and they look amazing. They look just like again, I think the technology has really shifted over there in Hasbro. But with these nostalgic lines, and this is and honestly, I think this is taking place. Their whole 375 is taking place or replacing the reaction figures from Super 7 because we all know Super 7. And so they're probably leaping on this, going like Hasbro's probably buying up a lot of IPs and be like, you know what, we're going to get into this game, and bring in this whole notion of 375. And I'm like, I don't think because of like Mask is I don't know how popular that's coming, but they're repeating it. The real Ghostbusters line that Hasbro does, they're repeating it. They're not it's not a different scale. It's not different. And this is a personal preference, guys. This is not, I'm not speaking for you guys. I'm not speaking for the collection. I would rather buy Tron figures, Mask figure, whatever it is, at a modern take on the classic. If I was going to buy these, I'm going back to the nostalgia. If I'm going to spend $260 on Tron figures, I'm going back and buying the whole thing for $260. You know what I mean? Like,
I'll give you that, Moocher. Actually, I heard the first pass wasn't actually $375. They were initially going to call this line the 420 line, and they were going to give you substitutes in order to keep smoking this up, because that's
Seriously.
what this is.
this figure comes with a joint so you can like mask the pain.
Justify it.
You're going to need to be numb, because $260 for like.
Where's the value in that, guys? Tell me the
backdrop.
value on that. 5 figures, 2 light cycles, and a light up shelf.
Well,
not 270. Not
you've
270.
got a brand new movie coming out, which we all know really kind of tanked. But why wouldn't you do it to the franchise that you have right out on the market, that have people in their minds at least thinking about it? You're doing something that's going back to a line that most people don't really remember the original movie. So it's like, to me, it's like, you kind of threw the nostalgia in a little too much, but I think it's too little too late.
Yeah, I love Tron 1982. It's one of my, if you were to ask me my top 10 favorite movies of all time, Tron is definitely up there. And we're, Scott and I are in the minority on that, because again, it's a very hard movie to, understand as a kid.
There.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, but it's one of those things. So I was, when these were announced with Mr. Stevie, was like, we're doing Tron figures, starting with 82, doing Legacy, and then going to Ares, right? I was like, I think, Scott, I'm going to buy the 82 figures. I'm going to buy those, and I might not buy a Legacy, but definitely. But this is this is gated in a way where maybe I didn't want all of that. Maybe I just wanted a few. And so now you have to spend $270 for, it's not a line of figures. It's not a line. It's just, I don't know what it is.
I've been waiting for this all day.
So I backed it because I love Tron. Okay, I absolutely do. I know. Sorry about that, Tommy. I absolutely do. I rewatch the movie at least once a year. I love Legacy. I just saw Ares. Ares was perfectly acceptable as a sequel.
I don't want to hear that.
Perfectly acceptable as a sequel, but a good build up to whatever's coming next. Yeah, I know, Blitz, right? Jeez.
Yeah.
So here's what's wrong with it. Number one, the price. That's the price you should be paying for 5 figures at a 6-inch scale with light cycles, right? Mm-hmm. Honestly, that is
people. You think people lost their minds over the Republic gunship? I look at this price and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. All right. It's the wrong scale. It's the wrong price for the wrong scale. And it's you're I don't know, you've got some random computer guy who they've never created before. At least that's something. But there are other characters. Just a program, right?
Which is great. But
they could have given us Clue. They could have given us, Dumonts. They could have given any other type of figure. But instead, they stuck with some rando. Which, okay, light up base. Hey, that's cool. But the price is all wrong, man.
You're limited on that light up base, man. Like I said, the light cycle, everything. This should all have been pieced out separately. Yeah, it should have been a line of like, here's these figures and light cycles and piece, whatever it is, as individuals, $20 a figure, whatever it is. Even if you do $20 a figure, $30, $40 a light cycle, and the rest, $100 for the shelf? It's like, no, thank you. So
stupid.
I'm pissed about the gateness of it. Like I'm pissed that they force you to buy all of this to get into those Tron. That's why I'm like, no 375 moving forward. That's all they're gonna do.
Mm-hmm. So, additionally, I did speak briefly with Mr. Stevie, as he is a man of very few words whenever it comes to anything I ever ask him. I said, so, backer number 2 here, because that's how slow this thing went. If this fails, will the other figures be released? Will we still get Legacy? Will we still get Ares? And he said, yes. So I'm
showed them.
Okay.
They already showed.
They showed them. They showed them. Yeah, but they could easily pull the plug on this.
Yeah,
they could.
Yeah.
If this initial offering doesn't pass,
that's not a good. That's not a good
I
assessment.
I will
I
say
don't
though,
think this is going to work.
if the other figures are coming out in the next 18 months, then we will know that they were already in production before this decision was made. So if they get announced in the next 6 to 12 months, then we already know. Like, so these were already too far in the pipe to be canceled.
Yeah. No, look, man.
Right there, you can't army build figures if they only come in that.
That's my point. That's
so
my
annoying.
Number one complaint about it is this offering itself. Here's the 5 figures, and what
should
the
be
offering
RAM. It should be RAM.
They shouldn't have you spend $270 to get into the line. To get into the line, they should have a complimentary Haslab that's they're trying to establish. And I think that's I think one of the major problems people are passing on it is because, like, for me to get into a brand new Tron 83, whatever it is, it's an upfront cost of $270,
right? Not
even knowing that they're gonna make more 82 figures. You know,
it should be a recognizer. What you should be getting is a recognizer. As your Haslab should be a 3 3/4 inch scaled recognizer. And
with 5 programs, you know what I mean? Like 5 red program people, whatever.
Here's the other thing too. There are no stretch goals. There are no stretch goals at all, right? So
that's good.
What
that's
you see
something
is
we
what you
want,
get,
right?
Yeah. No. Yes.
Not whenever it comes to something that's this scant, right?
Yeah.
This
that's
whenever
fair.
It comes to something this scant. Yeah.
Stu John, this is not a insta buy. It's not an instant. People know Tron, but they don't like. They really don't care. It was a movie in '82, and it came and went. But like I said, for me, it's up in my top 10. So it was like one of those things.
Same.
Like, and it's a very scarce fandom. You know, it's already there's no fan clubs. There's no big things. But again, Mask, Battlestar, all these things have their little niche markets, right?
Mm-hmm. They do.
I just don't think it's a place for Haslab, especially kicking off a 375 era that they're trying to get into. Whatever else they're going to collect and do, as like I said, their version of Reaction. Yeah. I just don't think I don't know, man. It's a weird one.
But this one seemed like they did the exact same thing that Super 7 did. There was no build up to it. There was no effort into at least promoting this out through the PR department to get people. Yeah, they dropped it and said, "Hey, Tron showing up next week."
Yeah,
it's the same thing they did with Republic Gunship. That was a complaint we had in the beginning. Was where was the tease? Where was the lead up? It was just bam, convention. Here's this thing, and it's like I didn't have any time to prepare for this.
Yeah, 100%,
like
John.
Tron from 1982 needed, because there's some people that have never seen that movie, and they don't recognize it. So you needed a build up. Just to get people to recognize and just to drop it in on us. It's like, all right, well, first thing when I heard Tron, I thought it was going to be part of the new movie. They had a movie out to promote it. It would have been that. To drop this out of nowhere, and then there's people, like, I literally had people pop up and say, what movie is this from?
No, that hurts me right there.
That's sad.
People knew Legacy more than this.
Well, yeah, it's a like I said, I had this complaint. This is why they call me the gatekeeper on a lot of things, because I felt that Tron never deserved it didn't need a sequel to begin with. Legacy shouldn't have existed in to begin with. I've said that, and I will. No, it's not good. It's not.
I love Legacy.
I know. This is why he's over there.
I will sponsor Mr. Solo on it. I thought Legacy was better than the original. I'm sorry.
That's the one from the 2010s.
Better than the original. Oh my God.
I watched that. I vaguely remember watching that. My dad took me to the theater to see it.
Bly,
I took my dad to see that.
No. I told you guys, like I said, it's everybody has their personal journeys on every level, especially like niche markets like Tron, right? And there's a movie coming out right now.
It's out.
No. I meant the promo to this. It's like they went to 82 to promo Ares. It doesn't matter. Yeah, Dr. Brantley, need to do Tron figures that light up, just like the movie. If you can't do that, it misses the main visual point of the movies.
And they did that with Jack's. I think it was Jack's Pacific or Spin Master. Spin Master back in the 2010s, and they were terrible articulation, but they lit up.
And like I said, if I was gonna spend $270 on something, I'm going back and buying the figures that I can find at A2 and spend that. And because you know what, to me personally, there's more there. I don't know if this is going to bring anybody into Tron family. You know what I mean? If Ares can't do it by itself, and then you backlog that, then going back and forward, it's not gonna do it. Now
I think it's gonna be another Indiana Jones set where it just
if Indiana Jones couldn't do it, there's no way in hell Tron could do it.
I think the prospect of 375 excites me because one, there's a huge hole in the market right now for that scale, and
his reaction's gone. That's why
I would argue that there is an increased desire for that scale. All my friends and I right now that are, again, we became adults.
So proud.
We've come
only
full
for
circle.
Star Wars though. I think just for Star Wars.
That's kind of what I'm getting at. But I also see it with like my friends who collect Joes, my friends who collect all the 80s and the 70s and 80s and 90s toys. Everybody is going back and they're going to toy shows. They're going hours out of their way. They're getting stuff online to get that 375 for the scale. And again, it comes from nostalgia, yes, but I mean,
world building.
I was buying old Star Wars toys. Dude, I have like 30 or 40 TVC clone troopers. You can't see them because that's what I've been fiddling with the whole stream. But it's like the reason I got them, the reason I got the gunship, the reason for all of this is nostalgia. So I think in a smaller scale, I think bringing that scale back at a level where you're appealing to people that grew up with it instead of, like you said, trying to bring new people in, I think that's where 375 can really flourish, is in bringing people things that, like retro, as much as I hate retro, can supplement existing collections and existing figures.
There you go.
That is where I think it belongs. Yeah.
Great concept, but again, if I'd rather go buy the original stuff. But that's me.
That's where I like the quality of this TVC Clone Trooper more than any previous 375 Clone Trooper because of how much better they are. So again, but I'm somebody who grew up with 3 3/4 Star Wars. So that's where it comes in. Yeah.
But also Hasbro's taking a smart little kind of moment where they saw that, again, a lot of the new Kickstarters, these guys are revolutionizing Grindhouse. Did it with World War Hell, Rise and Nexus is a Kickstarters out there right now. They saw that this was coming back, and 3 3/4 LaCroix Toys is doing some great stuff. They started seeing this, and what did they do as a major company? We need to go back to this because we've got competition creeping, and we want to be in on the end. So 375
on what they created, on
what
they started.
Exactly. Smart move.
The other problem, and this is my final point on this particular Haslab, is your target goal is 10,000.
Yeah,
that's big.
I don't even know if there's 10,000 Tron fans of the original movie.
The majority of them is here.
For reference, the gunship barely broke 10,000.
Star
Wars Republic gunship.
How many backers right now is it showing?
I think it's
898.
Yeah, that
898.
That's not going to make it.
And that's, I want it. I think it's cool. I like it, but I'm resigned to the fact that shit's not happening. It's it's just not going to happen. I'm okay with that.
Like I said, we all have our different and respectable. You know what I mean? Hey, like I said, everybody has their. I'm never ever tell Tommy not to buy 3 3/4 because I don't like, whatever it is. And I don't expect the same, right? So, but I've always, like I said, I'm in this school of thought of like, there's the vintage, and then there's modern, right?
Yes.
So yeah, modern is almost like a newer. A different take and a refreshing take, not just an updated version of, not just an updated version of the retro. That's what these are. They're just updated versions of it, better, but they're not a new take on it. Like the mask figures should have been a whole different continuation scale. Even if it's a minor scale upgrade, it's a whole different take. Because then you put it on as a toy collector. Like I said, I'd rather go to the vintage shows, and it means more because, again, that's hitting me on the nostalgia heartstrings, not a modern figure of something that I can buy, like I said, old school stuff,
Right.
Hi, Kevin Flynn. How are you doing?
That's Clue. That's not Flynn.
This is
he's making it's no
hot toys. That's how committed I am. Hot toys, Kevin Flynn. This, children, is a VHS tape. Right,
I know VHS tapes.
This is a VHS tape. Yeah. Okay.
Suddenly, LeVar Burton and Reading Rainbow comes out for everybody now.
The Reading Rainbow.
But you make so I don't know. This it doesn't it's one of those things that they made a decision. It could be a Disney Force thing too. You don't know what Disney asked them.
Yeah,
to do.
Riva lightsaber 2.0.
Yeah.
But Cookie Monster. It's Cookie Monster.
Cookie Monster.
Yeah, the light cycles don't even light up. I don't think. Like
they do not.
It's just the shell.
No. The base does. It's missed opportunities.
It's. I'll end it too. We'll kick, beat a bit dead horse. We'll see where this goes. I don't think it's a great launch for the 375 era, whatever they're doing, because I think that's gonna be separate than what they're doing for Star Wars. Star Wars is different, and I honestly think that it is a new way of bringing in these IPs because Super 7 is gone, right? Or retracted to the point where it's not going to be as valid, right? So
I think they're still doing G.I. Joe, right? Is that just about?
I don't know. I don't know, and that's the whole thing too. I could see Hasbro retaking that too, right? I mean, with this 375 attitude kind of stuff. So, what's up, Joshua Banker checking in with a $4.99 super chat? Thank you. I am a part of the target market. Saw it when I was 8 and 82. If they had a Flynn figure with one light cycle, I would have purchased it.
Yes,
that's where this offering. It can't. That's too much. Because there's no promise of it continuing. And for me to order to get Flynn and light cycle, I have to spend $270. If they did it pieced out, I think they would have had a lot more success with it. And then if you wanted to do a Haslab around it, the rectifier would be the way to go. Twin tanks. Whatever it is, to make it
tanks would be great, man.
Yeah,
there's so many
even
cool
at 375
in this new movie too.
Yeah, yeah. Even at 375 at a pieced out thing, I would have definitely bought a light cycle in Flynn. No problem. No problem.
Yeah.
But
the recognizer, man.
The recognizer, yeah. So I don't know, guys. Whatever. We'll see.
Yeah.
It's disappointing a little bit.
We didn't talk really quick. We didn't talk about this guy, Kyle Katarn.
Yeah,
so
there's reasons.
EU garbage.
We've got Kyle Katarn coming, and
huge.
Yeah. So that's happening.
I forgot about him. Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure didn't they say that this is also like the start of more 6-inch Legends figures coming? They made it.
Yep.
They hinted at it. So
it's happening. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I didn't ever.
I'd like to know who.
I never thought they stopped.
But it seems like a focus. Like they're bringing in. They started with Shadows of the Empire. A little bit more.
Okay, I can tell you
what else is coming. Yes,
I can tell you that the desirability for EU characters is putting new media to shame. I mean, it's not even close. So you have like your original trilogy will always be on top for Star Wars, for any scale, any product, anything. It's original trilogy. What's happened, though, is now prequel trilogy and Clone Wars is getting right up there, right with it. Still below it, but right up there with it. And it's actually expanded universe is like right under prequels and Clone Wars. And then everything else. Mandalorian's kind of in the middle, but then everything below it. So what they've found is, I think it's just because we've been so starved for it for so long. I think they're just going to start rattling through all the big names from the expanded universe and then giving you all your definitive versions and then waiting for another 10 years.
I think there's...
I want a Black Series X Raccoon so bad.
I would buy
probably
that.
coming. It's probably coming. I'm going to be real.
I would buy that. Anything Old Republic,
I wouldn't be shocked.
I have bought anything Old Republic. I'm a big fan of the game. I'm a big fan
Darth
of
Malgus sold out and they reissued him. They did Darth Malak the same way. Bastila Shan. They very popular.
Revan came out with the on archive, and there is a demand for it, and if people are buying it, then
this guy.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly forgot all about. They did announce his, and they're reissuing Vader. The
Dual Send Vader. $100 on the aftermarket for him.
That's crazy.
Yep. Yeah. There's a lot to be excited, and then we didn't even get to this week. We'll have to get to it another time. Is the Arctic Hiss tank coming out?
Yeah,
they
teased that.
What are we doing? What are we doing, Hasbro? What are we doing? I'm like, give me the gunship repaints. Give them to me.
And that's a SKN topic. You know why? Because no, I'm sorry, Scott. I didn't mean to cut you. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say back in the day, whenever they started with, I want to say the Razor Crest. It was either the Razor Crest or maybe, I believe it was the Razor Crest. They said it is possible if they needed to, they could re-release it just with less detail. And like the His Tank, they mentioned when the His Tank was going, and it's in its process that it could see the light of day just without the electronics, with fewer figures. It is a possibility. And some people are arguing online, you lied to us, Hasbro. No, they didn't.
No,
I don't care. I want more cool stuff. And you
Yeah.
know, the Razor Crest, I mean, so the idea with Haslab, and this is from Hasbro employees on different design teams talking very openly. It's not like a hidden thing. That the tooling for a Haslab is locked for 3 years.
3 years.
Okay, it's locked to the Haslab for 3 years. After that 36-month threshold, any of that tooling can be used on anything else. So
they did confirm that it was going to be a release as a repaint. So was it going to be a stripped down version? I mean, it is going to be stripped down, but not the identical. So the His Tank, you'll never see the His Tank again. You'll see the Arctic. You'll see, Python Patrol. You'll see repainted,
maybe a blue, maybe a crimson.
Yeah, blue. Right, exactly. So that's what you'll see the Haslabs reissued, and they're also talking about, like I said, Unicron coming out next year, but at a very, very scaled down or whatever.
Oh, that would have to. Oh yeah, no, that would send fandom into a nut.
Oh yeah, but they've confirmed it.
No, you can't. Yeah,
it's not going to be a Haslab. It's not going to be the Haslab. Yeah, it's going to probably be a half the size of the Unicron offering.
A half lab, right?
Half lab.
There we go.
But they have confirmed a Unicron is coming.
Like the made to order kind of version.
Mando Mike barges do
explosion.
But what they're talking about, no, that's not going to happen, because what they're talking about is something that could sit on a shelf, and a barge is so huge it could not sit on a retail.
But it's also
shelf.
There's no repainted bar, you know what I mean? Like GI Joe is primed for that. And this is what I was going to say. It's a SKN topic, because at San Diego Comic-Con, one of the I think it's planted at this point. Somebody asked in the audience, hey, could you guys re-release a Haslab and make it an Arctic His Tank or a Python Patrol? And that's when they came out and addressed the 3-year plan. The 3-year plan. And all of a sudden now they have the Arctic His Tank. They planted that.
Like, they were never making a Haslab. If anybody thought that they said, well, we're never going to make that again, you do not make it, spend that money on tooling and never use it again. Yeah. That is the craziest.
That's how retail works.
Right. What's up, Hybrid Toy Reviews? Checking in.
I hate that guy.
But yeah, I mean, it's not smart of us to think that it's locked in. What we have is a one of a kind. It'll never be issued in the same way. It's just, like I said, if it's a His Tank with no electronics and no additional offerings, well, that's the Haslab. That's the special part of it all. And a lot of people that complain about stuff is because they only collect for choose my words carefully, but a lot of them only collect for value versus collecting. True. So my His Tank that's still in the box, now it's going to be in, because now they're flooding the market, but Hasbro's already promised to kind of curb some of that. That's why they're reissuing that Vader, the third party, to knock out some of that value out there, by oversaturating it sometimes too. But anyway, guys, there's so much more. This is like such a jam-packed show that we can go for another 2-3 hours, but that's the great thing about podcasting and all our channels is that we get to continue the conversations moving forward and all that stuff. So speaking of, let's go over to Alex and SKN. What is going on over there?
Well, I'm glad you started this subject, because we are going to talk about the Haslabs and the shit they had not been made on this Wednesday Soybox Chronicles at 7 p.m. Pacific Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Shadow Nose Network. So we're going to be going over that. Of course, also on Fridays, make sure you tune in for Pixel Plus Inc. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in this Friday. We had a very good show, a very good outing for the New York Comic Con. And we'll still be coming out same time, too, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 Eastern Standard Time. And again, also go Dodgers.
Yes.
And also pass it over to my boy Tommy, which I was on his show. I got to see him absolutely hit the peak when he came to seeing the stuff on screen. So what's going on for Blitz Transmission?
Man, there's so much going on. I've got a few topical videos I want to cover, some just general Star Wars stuff, but also like topics like we discussed on today's show, like there could be a repaint of a Hiss tank. What could that mean for Star Wars? Or, you know, the scale wars are stupid. Let's talk about that.
Collect Star Wars.
Could just collect Star Wars. There's a lot I want to talk about, a lot I want to get into. I have lots of reviews to do. If you're a Patreon member or a channel member on Blitz Transmissions, I will be posting probably tomorrow morning. Hey, here's all this stuff I have to review. What do you want to see first? I'm going to be reviewing the newest Wave of Black series, a bunch of TVC stuff. Yes, Scott, I got a bunch of TVC figures I need to review.
I'm so proud of you, Tommy.
Well,
I know.
As a member to your channel, so I get first say.
You do.
All right. Just putting that out there.
Mooch is going to say, throw away the TVC. But yeah, my Blitzcast every Saturday. And then at the end of every month, on the last Sunday of the month, I do my Blitz Barracks live series. So that's all I have. Let's hear what's going on the Sarlacc Digest, a Star Wars community.
A Star Wars community. Yes, yes. Scott, what do we got? What are we doing on Wednesday?
You know, we are going to talk about Star Wars.
That's right. Like we always do. For a change this time, we might start with Star Wars.
We might. There could be tears. There could be blood. You never know. Yeah. We are going to maybe shift. I've been doing a lot of toy reviews and actually moving those toy reviews, you know, doing longer form toy reviews and breaking them out into shorts. So we might kind of refocus a little bit, maybe get rid of some of those shorts and focus only the shorts on specific figures. Yeah. And we're going to figure out how that all works. And, you know, so moving forward, things might be a little bit different for Sarlacc Digest, but as a whole, you know, we're still going to be around. We're still the same guys talking Star Wars, making shit up and pretending like we know what we're talking about. Does that sound about right, Mooch?
Yeah, that's 100%. And don't worry, guys, Chris will be back, taking a little hiatus. He's done arguing with me. So, but yeah, I mean, we always try to, on Wednesdays, we always try to like bring you the state of the galaxy, state of Star Wars on movies, TVs, all that stuff, of course, you know, and leave the toy and collecting world here. But Wednesdays will never disappoint. I promise you that. So
that's right. Yeehaw.
So everybody in the chat, you guys are absolutely on fire today. Thank you for finding those emojis and using them. I think we can unlock some more. So I'll get Scott on that right away. You know, just like, you know.
Yeah.
The Collect Star Wars one is great. I love that little Collect Star Wars.
That's great. Yeah. I implore people who haven't seen Tron, try. It's on Disney Plus. We all have Disney Plus. It's on there. And
I just watched it the other day again. It's so fun.
I love it. I just love it. I love it.
It's just, it's funny because you watch it and you think, I was telling my wife about this. We were talking about it. I'm like, you watch it and you know it was made in 82. And are they making these terms up? Are they just bullshitting here?
Exactly.
And then you find out that one of the writers of the show is actually a computer programmer in the day. So all of the terms are correct. All of it. I'm like, right on, man. I love Tron.
It's still
Tron
it's still relevant.
Shut up.
We can do a whole Beyond thing about that. And I have my you know, my things. But anyway, guys, we went over, but that's okay. It's always fun to hang out and
it's spaghetti time.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So again, guys, we'll see you. And of course, all the links in the description below to click all the affiliates and go sponsor Cube Squadron. Can't wait to see how that
goes. So excited for that.
Yeah. So with that, Scott,
keep it nerdy, everybody.
This is Grand Admiral Thrawn. You are listening to the Sarlacc Digest. What a fascinating play on words.